I should have bought these things.
No, it's okay. But you know,
I only bought a couple because
that is exactly why China released that engineered pathogen. It was in retaliation to what, Mr. President, to what you did by bullying them into new trade parameters and all that bullshit. Your fucked up stupidity and how you fucking handled that situation. You didn't have the foresight to see it, that they would do something like that. And I don't even know if you can grasp, the humility, to own it. Whereas you said so many times, it was China. Your fucking exaggerated fucking bullshit. You know damn well they did release an engineered pathogen. And you are the reason why, sir. You. And anyone that is hearing what I just said, who has a couple brain cells to rub together, surely they know that what I just said is true. It's absolutely true. And just like the United States, by dropping 2 atomic bombs, fucking, used that as like a currency. That kind of like, knowing that they would do something like that. That it was of value in fucking negotiations and what have you. So many in the world that have the brains to see, to understand, to discern what it is that China did. They know that gave China that same currency. Now, true. It's the will to do that. Just like when Norfolk Southern burned off all of those fucking contaminants, and it went into Pennsylvania. Thousands of people were left oblivious to be contaminated with all of that shit. It just shows then too, because same type of thing, parallel, because there were supplies that were on those rails that were being delayed for fucking Ukraine. So Russia, they were able to see that our nation would fucking do something like that to its own citizens, to support even that fucking supply effort to Ukraine. The will, to, murder, kill, fucking maim your own citizens, to say fuck them. Just like staying in Vietnam, the will to fucking do so. Even if you have, the whole nation in upheaval, fucking, protesting against the war. Staying there for how long afterwards with all of that pressure. It's the same type of a situation. It's disgusting. Ooh, you motherfuckers. Yeah, China's exaggerated response, to the pandemic, locking down people in their apartments and spraying down streets and everything with, that equipment, like street sweeping machines, whatever the hell they were, retooling them to spray whatever it was to kill any virus. It was so obvious, the exaggerated response. Whereas just have to go ahead and chart how China benefited, from releasing that pathogen, to have new agreements with other nations, markets that they opened in with nations in South America, to replace whatever dependency in any way that they had upon the United States, for their especially for their defeating their nation. So look at that's some of the most important moves that China made to loose themselves from any dependency upon the United States, and they did that during the pandemic. Yeah, they did that. It was all strategic, man. Smart, evil, but very smart.